Hey guys, it's Rush. Hope we're doing well. Welcome back to the channel. This video today, I am addressing some questions. I've had a lot of questions actually about my controller choice and my button layout. So just to give you a bit of background, I've played fighting games for the majority of my life, but I've only taken Street Fighter V seriously. I've always played on a 6-button pad, and that's where my muscle memory is built. Even from being a kid, it was a 6-button Sega Genesis, Sega Mega Drive pad that I had, and that's just what I've grown up with and what I know, what I feel comfortable with. In Street Fighter V, I continued using a 6-button pad, and towards the end of Street Fighter V, I realised quite quickly that the advantages of a pad controller. Your inputs on the D-pad come out very quickly, so to do like a reactionary super, to do reactionary dragon punches on D-pad, in my opinion, that's one of the biggest advantages. One of the disadvantages you could argue are the fact that the way I hold pad, I don't hold it claw style, I hold it like this, so I just use my thumb to press the buttons. So you could argue that you're limited in regards to what you can actually do in terms of buttons on the face of the pad in an instance. So I can't plink, I can't go from button to button that quickly. So that's really the disadvantage, but it doesn't really hinder the way I play the game. I've never really had an issue with the way I play, and I'm very comfortable on a 6-button pad. This 6-button pad in particular, they don't make anymore, unfortunately. In my opinion, out of all the 6-button pads I've tested, and there is a number of videos on this channel regarding 6-button controllers, this has been the best one. Like I said, they don't make it anymore. You can buy some brand new online, and they're usually upwards of £100, €100. They're very expensive now because they're hard to find. I actually don't think many people are buying them at that price. I don't think it's really worth it. But then again, if you don't have a 6-button pad you're comfortable with, then you may be forced to spend that kind of money. That said, I do have another 6-button pad coming, one that I've never tried before. When that arrives, I'll do a review video on that pad to see how it basically works. One of the things I love about this pad the most, I like the shape, I like the design, and it has it has 2 shoulder buttons on each side. So like a PS controller, it has 4 shoulder buttons. The mapping I use my light punches on the top, light, medium, heavy punch, light, medium, heavy kick, and I have 3 punches mapped here and 3 kicks mapped here. Obviously, by explaining that, I'm using classic. I'm not using modern controls in Street Fighter 6. I'm using classic. That's again because that's my personal preference. That's what I know when it comes to Street Fighter. I will dabble with modern once I'm more happy with my gameplay in 6. I'll dabble with modern just to see what modern's all about, and then maybe a video regarding modern. But this is my setup. I use classic controls, 6-button pad. I have mapped 3 punches, 3 kicks. So my 3 punches will give me my OD moves, or EX moves, it was previously known as. So EX Fireball, OD Fireball, EX/OD DP. My 3 kicks will give me OD Tatsu. I think that's really it actually. And in Street Fighter 6, if I just tap 3 kicks by itself, I'll get a run. So that helps with the run combos. I am inputting DI manually by pressing these 2 buttons together, heavy punch, heavy kick. Don't really have an issue with that, it seems fine for me. Looking at the actual controls within Street Fighter 6, I can show you this, so it's no different to what I've explained. The actual annotations, they're not actually correct. I don't know if you can change this to PlayStation style rather than, this is showing like Xbox, because I'm on PC, it shows Xbox style button names, but in my light punch is here, light punch, medium punch, heavy punch, light kick, medium kick, heavy kick. If I go down, you can see here 3 punches, that's mapped there, down as LB, and LT, it's here, that's my 3 kicks. With this pad, you can change these settings. Because I've taken this pad apart a few times, I've lost the toggle actual switch that sits here. But you can toggle this, which basically changes it from the layout now, where I've got it toggled, is I can use these 6 buttons and these 2. These actually don't do anything. But if I change the toggle, if I flick it this way, it's your traditional PlayStation layout. So you use these 4 buttons, these don't do anything, and you can use all 4 buttons on the top. But I use all 6 buttons and I use these buttons. So that's it, right? Really, there's nothing more interesting than that. The 6-button pad that I use, that's the layout I use, and I've used that layout in Street Fighter 5. And I will continue to use that in Street Fighter 6. Actually, whilst mentioning controls, this option here, simultaneous input, this has got my interest. What this does is, I increase the size of that actually. So simultaneous inputs, you can see I'm hovering over that now. What this does is it allows you to, you hold this button, and if you hold this button and press any punch button, it will actually replicate three of that button type, if that makes sense. So for example, I'm trying to give you an example. So if I hold the simultaneous input button down and press punch, it'll give me 3 punches. If I hold simultaneous input assistance down and press a kick button, it'll give me 3 kicks. So you could argue that this is a good option. It's a good option to use this if you want to combine 3 punches and 3 kicks to one singular button input, and that will actually free up another button. So if I shrink again, going back to my pad, if I had simultaneous input set to L1, what is that? R1, isn't it? Sorry, whatever you call it, it's different names based on what you see on the screen and what's on my controller. I think it's classed as R1 here. So if I hold R1 and I have that set as my simultaneous input assistance button, and I press jab, I'll get 3 punches. If I hold that button, simultaneous input assist, and press light kick, I'll get 3 kicks. So I can get my 3 punches and 3 kicks using simultaneous input assistance just from one button. I have tested it, and it is tricky. It takes a bit of time to get used to holding and then pressing to get your 3 button inputs. But that would free up this button to then do something else, probably drive impact. So there is that as well that I wanted to mention. But yeah, that's my pad, that's the layout, and that's how I will continue to play Street Fighter 6. I'm very happy with the layout that I'm using right now, and like I said, it's what I have invested time in, it's what I'm comfortable in. And I think the key point to choosing a pad or a controller, a device to play fighting games, is pick a device that you like and pick a device that you're comfortable with, and then from there you can build upon the muscle memory. Muscle memory is what's important when it comes to controller ability. You've got to pick what you're comfortable with initially and then invest time in it to build the muscle memory. You know, I can say to you that pad is better than stick is better than pad, hitbox is better than whatever. If you have no muscle memory using that device, you'll be useless regardless, you know what I mean? So pick what you're comfortable with first, build that muscle memory, and then you'll be really good with that controller type. Stick, I mean, the argument with stick is that your directional inputs are slower. I can see that argument. I can see that entirely. Hitbox, you're able to do inputs very quickly, but it's very hard to master hitbox. So for me, I think pad is comfortable. I think pad gives you quick inputs, and it's again what I'm happy with. So yeah, that's the video, guys. Any questions and queries, as always, give me a shout, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.